Hello, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel, you guys. I'm so excited to welcome each one of you here today. And today with me, I have Jhanvi Bhatia, who's quite the internet sensation right now, and also a student at DesignrShala. Hi, Jhanvi.
Hi everyone. It's such an honor, like literally being invited to your YouTube channel and then speaking to you right here is it's an honor.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you here. And for all of our audience, why don't you give them a quick background of who you are, Jhanvi, and where you come from, and why did fashion blogging start for you?
Hi everyone. So I'm Jhanvi Bhatia, and I am. When I joined Designer Shala, I was a student in college, and now I am pursuing content creation, and I'm also a part-time personal stylist. So these are the main things that I'm doing right now, and yeah, I'm on my journey to exploring and building more in the fashion industry.
Awesome. All right. So, Janvi, very honestly, I'm going to start this from here, right? From 1,000 followers to 150,000 followers. How has, why A, Designer Shala came into the picture for you, and B, how has this whole transition happened for you over the course of the last 8 months?
So back when I had like around 600 I think followers, I had joined Designer Shala. At that time I was in my college, and
Okay.
I checked, I got to know about the course, and there's a side hustle course and everything, and I was in the third year of college, and I was pretty lost in the sense that if I should be continuing this as content creation, if I can take it ahead, or what are my plans. So I thought, it's going to be a good thing to learn from, and I used to be following you since a very long time. So I started I got to know about the course, I enrolled for it and everything. Then as soon as we got to know, we studied all the modules, and then level 1, level 2, level 3, like all those things, and those Monday mentor sessions and everything. So it was sort of like building steps towards um, me knowing what I really want to do. Initially, I had come here thinking that I want to continue something else, in the sense that my direction, I had two, three paths, in fact, more than two, three, and then I was sort of lost. So I did get a direction as to where I want to go, and then I had a clear thing in my mind that yeah, I want to pursue content creation right now, and let's see and try to make my side hustle as my main hustle as well. Like we were even like in the journey of entire like side hustle course. So that's what happened. And then with consistency, with planning and everything, with my first, in fact, the I wasn't really messaging people out for collaboration and everything, reaching out to and everything. So it started like I overcame my fears and all those things, like even not regretting doing something was in my head. And I think Designer Shala was one thing for me that I will do it now, and I took it forward and I actually executed what I planned. So that's my entire journey, that's how I started, and thanks to Designer Shala that I actually could be able to make a career in content creation.
Absolutely. And I know that, you're one of those students who was always there for our Monday calls. You'd always be there for the Fashionable Monday calls with like a list of questions in your notebook right there, right in front of you. Okay, so I have a question on this. Okay, so I have a question on that. And that dedication and the actions that you took, right? It's all about you taking those actions. We could say that Designer Shala could have been like a catalyst, but the actions were yours. You put in the effort, and you invested in yourself to take the time out to figure out what you really want to do in your career. Because I know when you had started with us, you wanted to continue with your magazine, right?
Yeah.
That was the thing that you wanted to do, that, oh, I want to make a fashion magazine and do like a second edition of it and a third edition of it. And there were a lot of options for you as well in front of you back then.
Right.
You chose the one that worked best for you. But tell us something, Janvi, a little about how your professional and personal life changed before and after Designer Shala.
So i- initially, before Designer Shala, I was studying fashion designing, and my main goal was that after this, after my college ends or something, I will be joining like for internships and everything, and that's how I'll go ahead. Um, and I was also interested in fashion styling. I was also interested in other aspects of fashion, but yeah, in the fashion industry itself. But there were a lot of things that I was interested in. So one thing that I said in the last question was also that yeah, I got a direction that yeah, at least I have to take this path, and from there we can expand on to other things. Like I started my journey with content creation post designer shala, like properly, and then after that, then I also started taking into personal styling. So it wasn't something that I had initially thought of, but like I did not think that I can mix these things two together and then start it like that as well. So that is one thing that I really, I mean, I never thought that these things can be worked together, but actually it did. So that's one thing. And personally, um I'm not saying like I wasn't a very dedicated person towards my work and passion and everything. I was always, as I said, determined to do it. But yeah, I sort of needed that push, and I felt like having that community also, seeing everyone do it together was also one thing that really pushed me. And the little things that you also taught, like how you have to hold someone accountable to, if you want someone to push you, and if you're feeling demotivated, if you want that, so that community really helped. The Like you said, that designer shala was also like a catalyst over there. So it sort of worked me push towards a better a more disciplined life, in terms of in personal life also, in professional life also, that this is how you plan and this is how you execute it. So that's something that really helped me, which wasn't
Awesome.
there like before as such.
Correct. I feel like consistency and discipline is something that once you learn that in any field that you are going to find success if you're consistently showing up, and if you're disciplined about it. You're going to see results, and you have seen those results, right? Starting from 600 followers before you joined Designer Shala to today at 150 k followers. Tell us something about what that journey has been like, and when is it that you realized, okay, this is working out, so let me create more of this. When did you have
Yeah.
that eureka moment?
So I started out. The main reason that I really wanted to create content was also that in the future, when I'm coming up with my own brand, I want that. I want people to already know about it. Like I have a community that will follow me, because they will
Correct.
like my fashion choices, and they will be able to. I mean, they know about the brand then
Correct.
better than anyone else who is starting at the same point. So
Correct.
that was my major reason to start. So I started my thing, and my content was basically design education though at that time. And I did not realize that someone who is learning probably things about fashion designing with from me may not really be my audience, in the sense that they would want to be a designer themselves, but not someone who would want to buy from me as such. Like they would
Absolutely.
also. So this is what I got to know, like narrowing down to my niche, understanding what really is my audience, was something that I understood in the journey. So pivoted, and then made everything about styling and more about style education. So my strengths and my strong points are that I can actually speak and well in front of the camera, in the sense that I can explain things very well. So I made it a point that styling, maybe there is my twist. There is something that is my own thing to it. That's why I made it like more into styling information and all those things. So I started off that journey, then even tried to researched a bit and everything, and tried to get to know about like personal styling. Did a few workshops over there as well when the course was also going on. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I got to know about it, and then pivoted my way into that styling. And then in September 2021 was when I actually started properly. Um, like I started, being consistent with everything. But the
Mm-hmm.
pivot and everything happened like around in October or so, and that's when I think we joined Designer Shala also. And
Correct.
the consistency again went like initially, if I'm being honest, the time that I started, I used to post like once or twice a week, and that is it. But from September onwards, I think I started posting 4 times a week, and then when I became very consistent with it, and then it started. Obviously, it is also a thing that when you get the results, you're also more motivated to actually go on and continue more. So when I was seeing the results, I shifted on to posting like 6 days a week and everything, and then eventually having like a content calendar planned in my thing, like in my sheets, Google Sheets and everything. So that was also one thing. If you start using these tools, and if you start planning it well, if you start making your calendar, if you start batch making content, which I did not do earlier, that sort of helps you have a balance in what you're doing now, like professionally, and also allows you to do other things, like also allowed me to do personal styling. Because otherwise, if I would create content every day, if I would go and shoot every day, I wouldn't get time to do that. So sort of creating that balance was one thing that really helped me go ahead. And hopping onto trends and all those things are obviously something that is specific to Instagram, but these are the major things that consistency and knowing your niche really helped me to really know my audience and make content according to them.
Correct. All right. Awesome. So, absolutely. I think like all the interview, we're doing an interview series right now with all the fashion side hustle students, and every time that I'm talking to somebody, the kind of conversations that I'd had like 8 months back with you guys, and when I see you talking about batching out content, creating a content calendar, using all the tools that we have, it makes me so happy when I just hear that conversation that suddenly from we have such technical language being used in the conversation, which is so cool. So that is, I think, a highlight for me. But other than that, what are three key takeaways that you think that the program gave you at the end of it?
So definitely, this is one thing that I speak to everyone that I like network with also. That one thing that I really learned from Designer Shala as a side hustle thing was making quarterly goals. So this is a thing that once that was started, it has never really stopped for me. So in July, when I was supposed to make another for the 3 months again, I sort of because of work and because of family and all those things, and sort of my own dealing and everything, I skipped making it. And in till August, mid August, I hadn't made it. So I felt really empty in the sense that no, am I not in my direction, in the right way, am I not doing things right? I felt like that because I felt like having three specific goals, or any goals and any immediate actions that you need to take. And the exercise that we used to do of uh, how what kind of a person do you need to be to achieve that, all those things, I do that. I make a point that I go through that list again and write it down, so that I have a direction and I have a clear understanding as to where I'm going. So that is something that I really learned. Quarterly goals are my thing now that I have to do it for sure.
Nice.
um, then having to like I said, the community thing also. I met Nishita and I met other Madhuri, all those things, like all the other students as well. And now, if I have any like any question to ask or any issue or something, I can actually message them and know about their field, or know if I have any question from them. They actually answer very I mean, it is never a problem to me to reach out to anyone. So that is one thing that is also a big takeaway, in the sense a community that you build, the kind of people that you speak to, the kind of people, like you said, networking. In one of the sessions, we even met. We had a master class wherein we understood how networking is important. So one of the other things was that key takeaway was networking, and the third one that I would say is again learning and having that thing to learn every time. Because it is not that if I've reached at this at let's say whatever number of followers, does not mean that I don't have more things to learn. So always wanting to learn, always wanting to ask more. And there have been times where I've messaged you also on DM asking you something
Yeah.
during the course or at the end of the course. So wanting to learn more is something that I've really learned, and being disciplined in that sense I've learned. So these are the major three takeaways that I had taken.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, I feel like the community aspect is key because the program can work only so far as everyone else is sort of contributing. And
Right.
when so many like minded people come together, right, and with the same goal, right, to find financial independence, to sort of freelance their way into, a creative industry, I think there's this synergy which is
Yeah.
unmatchable and which is really really infectious. And even at low days when you don't feel like working, right, when you see other people around you working and you when you see them hustling, it just motivates you to, like, okay, let me do
Exactly.
better next Monday. Right, this
Yeah.
Monday I may not have had progress, but next Monday let me come up with like something better. Right, so
Right. Like, yeah, initially, when DesigenrShala Mondays sessions had started, I was kind of shy to even ask something. So, if you would like, if I would go through the recordings in the first three sessions at least, I was like, I was thinking, should I ask? Will I be stupid? Will I sound stupid if I ask this question or not? But then eventually, I got to know that no, people are like asking so many more things, and I am understanding from their questions and getting those answers as well. Why not? Why can't I ask these things? So that was something really helpful in the sense with the community also, that so many of my questions were already answered, but I also got this sort of, I also got that motivation that no, we can all grow together.
yeah, absolutely. There's enough space for all of us to grow together,
Yeah.
definitely. And that's a mindset shift. I feel like we're just raised in such a competitive world, made to feel that, oh my God, this person's doing better. I have to do better than that person. But there's enough space for all of us to
Yeah.
sort of grow. Definitely. So, tell me something. For young content creators, new upcoming content creators, what is that one sort of key word of advice that you'd had for them? कि ये कर लो भाई तो set है या, because a lot of times these young kids, 20, 18, 21, they struggle with content creation. They struggle with finding their niche. They struggle with identifying what could be something that could be holding them back from, getting that virality. And you pretty much have sort of nailed the viral aspect of Instagram, right? You've understood the algorithm, you've understood what makes your content go viral. What would be that one key take sort of advice that you would have for them?
um Create your user persona, I would say, that make that one person, that one age, that one person who wants this specific thing, and make content for that person. um like if so I will give an example of myself, that when I started personal styling, I got to know that if I'm making courses, like if I'm making such comprehensive courses, and I mean styling sessions and everything, and if I am catering to an audience which needs the kind of financial independence, I realized that I need to stop catering to the audience that is going to college probably, and start catering to people who are more into work, or who are professionals, working professionals or so. So that's when I got to know, because we never see the kind of the opportunity cost over there, that if we're not catering to these people, the right people, what are we, there's so much that we're losing now. So this sort of, if we once we know our audience, we will stop doing everything, because when we start content creation, we really want to do everything. And you
Absolutely.
told us, I think, if you're doing everything, if you're reaching out to everyone, then you're reaching out to no one. So if you
Absolutely.
have that one person in mind, if you have that one person to cater to, then there is a direction as to what you really need to create, and then you stick to it. It might change as well in like the course of time, but at least stick to it, and reach out to them, like through your content consistently. So firstly, knowing your audience is the main thing that you need to do, because even if you start making content consistently but you don't know where you're going, if you're making content for lifestyle, for fashion and everything, but there's no certain like midpoint at it, then you'll sort of be lost where you're going. So that was the
Absolutely.
main thing that people should be starting with, I think.
Awesome. I think that sounds great, and that's such sound advice to sort of create, this sort of persona of your target audience or people who you want to cater to. And once you have nailed that, they'll automatically come attracted to you like honeybees. They're just literally going to come to you because they'll know that
Definitely.
they'll find that solution on your page, right? And
Right.
I mean, it's as simple as if you want to travel and you want to travel solo as a female, you're gonna be inclined to follow female content creators who are in the travel genre, who travel solo, to see what are the safer options to go and stay in, to see where
Right.
what kind of clothes you could be wearing, what kind of every kind of inspiration that you see them doing, you're going to want to see and follow, right? And that's such sound advice, which is amazing. I'm rooting for you to hit 200K very very soon.
Thank you.
And congratulations on all the success that you've achieved so far, Janvi. And it's been such a
Thank you
pleasure
so
having
much.
you in the classes. And thank you for doing this with us. And if there's one last thing that you'd like to tell people for the Fashion Side Hustle course, that if you should or should not join it, now would be the time.
So definitely should be joining it because so there's this thing that there are these five courses that I've really cherished and really recommend everyone. There's this list of mine that I'm going to be making a video on as well, and one of this was the fashion side hustle, because if not for making that side hustle as your main hustle, at least you will know that you can have a side hustle, and you will know what are the clear steps, what are the prospects of it, and whether you should be going for it or not, whether it is something, and it is made for everyone, but just that push is with the right like theory and practical advice behind it, like getting to ask you getting to meet you every Monday and then ask any questions, because that sort of leads to a better I mean, I'm repeating myself again and again by saying that you get a direction, but it does it it did give me a clear way into what I'm doing. And I think that will happen when someone is joining the course as well, because you get to know if you get a side income, and you get to know if you can actually make your passion, if you can actually turn your passion, your hobby, into something that is really helpful to you financially as well. And like you also said, that if any hobby cannot be turned in, if any like of your skills or passion cannot be turned into something which is paying you or earning you, that is sort of like a hobby. So which at that time only, in the first level only, when we had to work on our mindset, when we had to work on these things, when you said that, I actually plotted my own thing and saw that are my skills really working towards giving me the kind of effort, the kind of time that I'm putting into it. Are they giving me the kind of money, or am I really in the right direction that way as well? So I sort of really admire that. And yes, if you're getting the chance to meet and talk to Shivangi every Monday and get to ask her, get her to mentor you, then I think you should definitely go for this course. It
Awesome.
was always a thing that I really wanted to learn something from you, and I sort of found the right course, fashion side hustle, which catered to, which exactly was my lookout for. And yeah, I got to meet you, and then I got to ask you questions that I always wanted to.
Awesome. I'm so happy that you joined the program, and I'm so happy that you're doing so well in
Thank
life.
you.
I'm only hoping for the best and the very, very best for all Designer
Thank you.
Shala students.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this, Janvi. Thank you.
Thank you.